Hiya Virgo, how you doing? Are you getting into your channeling of energies? I hope so. It's really good once you do. Then you can be the owner of your own joys and pleasures and happiness in life. You'll be the captain of your own happiness. This is the Astroflower family meeting for Virgo. Did I call you Taurus earlier on? I hope not. Yeah, so for Virgo, this is a relationship side. This is the emotions, the energies with the world around you. This is your money, financial side, business, jobs. This is the overall energy that's going through you. Here is the karmic path or karmic messages of karmic understanding for this going week. And this is the outcome and leading into the following week, which we read at the end. Yeah, so this is for the 27th through to the 3rd, I think, of July. So, yeah, let's see what's going on. Quite nice. Last week you had, this is what I was talking about, sort of like, using, channeling your energies and using your energies into that joy and happiness. It's really building something here. As I did the solstice readings as well, which you'll find on our channel, which was very interesting about this, the solstice energies that are flowing through at the moment. You seem to be in real tune with this. This is quite nice. There's a definite wave breaking in here, and it's coming from the base. It's coming from the foundations of you. Last week you had like the Magician card there, and you had the 10 of Wands. So are you feeling a little bit stuck on that side? That's if you're going to read the cards. Let's get the message straight from this. But it is, there's, as I said, just a sort of like, there is building in the base of you going forward, and it's getting ready to crest, as it were. So if you're channeling your energies in the right direction, you can feel it building up and building up in a crescendo sort of scenario. And as it builds up, that's when you can do a lot of the magician stuff and manifesting. And the universe can really help you loads. So let's just get over with the overall energies here. Let's see what's going on. So you got the 10 of Pentacles. Here it's sort of saying, as I said, this is where you can build it up as the energy crests in you, or the things are building up inside you. This energy here, the overall energy here is sort of saying, look what you could win. This is possible, regardless of what you're doing in life. And this is not directed just to relationships or finances. This is general. So it's a general life sort of thing, and I think it's talking about this month preceding, these next 2 months before your birthday, and it's a real good time to sort stuff out from the past. So you then, as you're going forward, it's much clearer for you, and I think that's what it is all about here. This is what this energy is here. It seems to come with a karmic message, certainly on your relationship side, and let's see. So let's go into that. Yeah, it is that. Don't expect everyone to understand first. If you can do that, then you give them a chance of understanding. You shouldn't be, it's not that you are, but you should never be ashamed of who you are, what you do in life and everything like that. If you're true to yourself, you're really true to yourself, and that's the only person you need to be true to. Obviously, if your job is doesn't sit with you, then I wouldn't do it. If your position that you've got within the rest of your family, friends, and community doesn't sit correctly with you, I would seriously take a look at it and try to position of what you like to do. And it might mean that this group needs to be. You don't need to be amongst the family at the moment, or you don't need to be amongst your friends, or you need to step out of that community, or within your relationship, it needs to be invested a little bit more, that relationship, not just from your side, but also from the other side. But we can only provoke from one side. And that's what it seems like here, is just sort of like, there's a certain expectation here, which is because you're getting caught up in your own expectations, it's slowing you down a bit. And that's probably not a good thing. I would take the attitude of take it or leave it sort of scenario. It's not nasty to anybody else at all to do that, because you don't want them to be in a position that they don't want to be in. You don't want to be in a position you don't want to be in. And I think it's more a lesson this week of learning that. It's very small lessons because it's only a weekly reading, but you know, this is all tied into that 10 of Wands as well. It's you. I am what I am. I might have even sung that, you know. I am what I am. I can't remember the rest of it. But anyway, I think I sang that in your solstice reading. I certainly sang it from one side anyway. And it could be for you guys. So this could be that moment of the solstice energies that came through that I did in Somatic TV. It was like this, you know, sort of barrage or dam that had broken and allowed the emotions just to flow through. And it was really solid, really nice. Let's see how the universe is trying to influence that sort of karmic path. I think you had this before as well. It is what it is. Are you procrastinating, Virgo? It is what it is. Why, you know, if you're not, Earth signs at the moment, you procrastinating, I hope not, because I'm a Capricorn and that will do me no good. It's like you have these opportunities within your relationships that I hope you're not worried about taking them, or, you know, deciding not to take these opportunities. Don't wait for other people to enjoy your life. Once you start enjoying your life, everybody else can enjoy it around you. And I have to keep pulling you up on your britches about this. It's terrible, Virgo. What's going on? See how the guides are trying to influence this karmic path. They're trying to pull you out, trying to make you a little bit more sort of like. Funny thing is, you had this card here, up here last week. The four of cups, and in this position here you had Judgment. So you should have been looking to sort of step out and ascend in a way of not being so attached to the relationship. And these guys are still trying to pull you out from that. Queen of Wands trying to install a bit of passion in you, not necessarily in everybody else. You can only contribute to that passion from your side. Once both sides are contributing passions to a relationship, it's going to be in a passionate affair, you know, that sort of thing. So I would really concentrate on you. It's really important. Really concentrate on you. Let's see how the guides are trying to influence that conversation that is within you. So they're directing it backwards. So your guys always sort of saying, you might hear you sort of saying, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done that. You might hear yourself saying that. Listen to it, note it, but move on. Fix it once and for all. Pin it to that wall inside your brain, and do it once and for all. You know, you've got it. Once you get into that habit of doing something in a particular way, you're not going to forget it. You're going to rock and roll it and do really nicely. And once you do start exercising your right to be happy, you know, like everybody does have a right to be their own personal right. It's not God. It's not a, you know, Bill of Rights, right? It's not a Third Amendment or whatever it is. You know, it is your responsibility as much as anything else. Okay? And this is it. So I would note those sort of little conversation moments, but don't dwell on them. Just remember it or learn from it and devise another process with the relationships that are around you. Because you're really good at relationships. You're really good networkers. You know, you're very good people. You're people. But you tend to do that at your own detriment. And I think over the past sort of 6 months, I've seen in your tarots, the universe is sort of saying, no, now, Virgo, you have to also do it for you, for your good things. Let's see how it's going on the financial sort of side, the jobs and stuff like that. It's like it's showing me a load of lottery tickets. It's like you've got a lot of wins here, a lot of possibilities. There's opportunities for jobs, for changing jobs or career paths or business, and there's a lot of opportunities. And I think this is what this ticket's all about. But it's like the lottery, and you're not going to win it if you haven't played it. If you don't play the lottery, you're not going to win it. So, that's that side of things. You gotta be in it to win it in a way. Which seems another Earth thing as well. Oh dear, us Earth signs, what we like. Yeah. Okay, so how's the universe trying to influence that karmic path? Whatever you want, we've got your back. So basically, if you're trying to start a business, it's not that it's going to provide you with all the money and stuff like that. It's going to provide you with what you need in order to do that business. Money might be one part of it, but also you may have to find that shop that is ideal for your business, or that offices that's ideal for your business, or something like that. And that's where they're going to help you out, the universe. So look out, be on the aware for coincidences that are around you. 10 of Cups. Funny thing is, 10 of Cups was in that position last week. In exactly that same position. So it's almost as if like the universe is sort of saying, if you know how to manifest, if you know what you want, if you start channeling your energies in that direction, you're going to do really well. Let's see how the guides are trying to influence here. They're looping onto this card. They're making like a doorway. So I would really be attentive to coincidences. And what are coincidences? Okay, so there's natural coincidences, like a cloud going in front of the sun when you're dealing with something difficult and you realize you're getting too het up into it, and then the cloud goes out the way and you kind of go, oh yeah, and then you sort of gradually find the solution. It's like that's the nature's rhythm that you sort of get involved with, and that's like a natural coincidence. And then you've got other coincidences, like which is human ones, which I call the human matrix. It's like a van will go past and it will have a name on the side, and you'll kind of think, oh yeah, I've got to speak to Bob about that. Oh, that could be that new contract with, I was thinking about. That sort of thing. Pay attention to the coincidences around you. Look at that. You got 2 10s there. You got 3 10s. I've just realised there's another 10 up here. Look at that. It's all on this side. So the 10 of Swords. Following coincidences can be give you a little bit of anxiety because there's no guarantees. And yeah, you're a fun-loving people, Virgo. You will go to extremes. You'll do off-the-wall things, which are really nice. But here, I think your guides, as I say, they're making a doorway. So basically what they're trying to do is they're making a harmonious step between those two things. So they're moving away from what might have been a financially difficult last year and a half, 2 years maybe. You'd have to look at someone for astrology for that. This is not an astrology channel, and the Astroflower is all about working with you as a being and your energies rather than astrology. So that it's between these two. So it's trying to get a balance between these two, a harmonious balance. And once you can get that harmonious balance, you will be looking at the 10 of Pentacles, everything that you need. Let's see how the guides are trying to influence this conversation that is within you. it's like a work partner. This guide here, these coincidences that are coming in, they're going to need to be filtered and dealt with. And as you filter and deal with them, it's almost like a personal assistant is kind of going, okay, yeah, let me just note that for later on. Let me note that. And they will be coming back to you in the next week or 2 weeks. That'd be interesting to see on here, on your weekly readings. And they're sort of, they're streamlining the coincidences so you can then come up with those ideas and actually apply them in your life. Three of Pentacles, working together. This, I think that these guides here are actually just trying to work with the universe and your super subconscious guides, who are connected much more to the, the universal vibration, and create those coincidences. This is where there's a real teamwork going on your work side, looking really nice, very strong for the coming future. There is stuff to be sorted out, and this is probably what the lottery ticket's all about. It seems like tickets, but it's almost as if they were presenting it sort of saying, choose one of them. So, and I think this is what they're doing, and I think this leads into your rhythms, and this is where the Astroflower comes into their rhythms of the 9 months, the 18 months, 3 years, 6 years, 12 years, 24 years. This rhythm here is helping you to actually get a bit of synergy between all of your guides and build up that integrated system where you can, based upon joy and happiness, which we went into last week in last week's reading, based upon that joy and happiness, because that's what will come out of it. And it will start sparking working with other people or creating opportunities or projects. And that project could be even, working, in a charity, not working, but not getting any money, but being in a charity or an association, just helping out. It depends on what stage of life you're in. But it's being part of it. It's being part of it. Let's just see what's coming, how this all sort of goes together and how it feeds into the next week. It's sifting. You may find yourself quiet this week, not really talking about much, not really expressing too much, being there, being very present and everything like that, and being your joyous, usual self, but not necessarily getting too involved, because maybe it's a week of a slight adjustment. And in order to do that adjustment, maybe there's just that little bit of silence that you need to just observe and listen and stuff like that. That's what it seems to be. Hierophant, learning, marriage, clarification on, look, that he knows how to get to that star. Happiness, his dreams. She is looking at that star. That's what she's trying to provoke, that absolute joy of that star. He knows, or the Hierophant knows, because they've learned to get the way to get to that star. And I think this is what is going on this week. I think it's a real learning process you're going through. And I think it could be a life learning process as well. Massive life learning process, really. Often the smallest things, this is what I often say, is like, if you set it off from like Europe over to America, and you're going in, say, like one particular direction, if you change that direction right at the beginning by 1 degree, it's not a lot. It really is not a lot. But by the time you get over to the Americas, it's going to, you could be heading for New York. You change it to 1 degree to the south, you could end up in Mexico. It's a big difference. So, this is it may be small increments, but it's going to, it will stay with you throughout your entire life. Really nice reading. I'm really happy for you, actually, Virgo. One thing, just don't be hard on yourself. Sometimes you're a little bit harsh and got to get this done, got to do it. If I don't do it, then I'm a failure. No, it's not. That's not how it works. You got to do it with joy. And you've got to do it because you want to do it. And if you do want to do it, great. But don't do it because you're being peer pressured into doing it. And usually you're the worst at peer pressuring yourself. Okay? There you go, Virgo. You might want to check out your solstice reading. It will be linked at the end of this video. If you're already part of the Astroflower family, I thank you for your support, Virgo. Seriously, you've been really good for this channel, and we really do appreciate it. Yeah, really do appreciate all the subs you give us. If you want to be part of the Astroflower family, it's very easy to do. You just need to subscribe and then click that bell, which is really important for YouTube. You do have your book, as I remember rightly, you do have your book linked in the description below, so you can get a copy of your book, which goes into much more detail, the Astroflower. We're literally just touching on the surface here. There's loads of other stuff in the description below. We've also got on Cymatic TV, the sister channel, the energies that come from the earth, and we do dowsing at ley lines, talking about energies and stuff like that. Go over there, you might want to see what we do over on that channel as well. In the meantime, Virgo, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.